Ever wondered if there was a magic button to press that would handle all the confusing, mind-numbing paperwork of starting a business in the US, especially if you're an international founder? A service that could take the headache out of LLC formation, EIN applications, banking, and even tax compliance? Well, for a long time, I certainly did. And that's exactly what brought me to Doola. For years, the idea of launching a US-based business felt like navigating a legal jungle blindfolded. The sheer volume of jargon, the different state regulations, the tax implications for non-residents, it was enough to make anyone throw their hands up in despair. I'd heard stories from fellow entrepreneurs about the endless hours spent researching, the costly mistakes, and the sheer frustration of trying to piece together a coherent strategy for US expansion from abroad. I saw others spend thousands on lawyers and accountants, only to still feel overwhelmed and uncertain. And let's be honest, as a content creator and entrepreneur, my time is best spent on what I do best: creating and building, not slogging through IRS forms. So when I first stumbled upon Doola, their promise seemed almost too good to be true. A business-in-a-box solution for global founders looking to establish a US entity. They claimed to simplify everything from LLC formation to ongoing compliance and even banking. My initial reaction was a healthy dose of skepticism. Could one platform truly handle all of that, especially for someone based outside the US? I'd tried bits and pieces of other services, and they always seemed to fall short in one area or another. Either the pricing was opaque, the customer support was lacking, or the process was still convoluted. But the more I looked into Doola, the more intriguing it became. Their emphasis on serving international entrepreneurs resonated deeply with me. They specifically addressed the pain points of non-US residents trying to tap into the American market. This wasn't just another generic business formation service. It was tailored to a very specific need. I saw testimonials, read reviews, and started to feel a glimmer of hope that this could actually be the solution I'd been searching for. My journey with Doola began with a clear objective: to establish an LLC in the US, primarily for intellectual property protection and to facilitate easier payment processing for my international ventures. The first step was exploring their website and understanding their various packages. Doola offers a few tiers, from a basic starter package to a comprehensive business-in-a-box. Each package includes LLC formation, EIN acquisition, and registered agent service, which are pretty much the holy trinity for any new US business. The higher tiers, like the Total Compliance and Business-in-a-Box plans, add features like bookkeeping, tax filings, and even CPA consultations. I opted for a higher tier because I wanted the peace of mind that all my compliance needs would be handled, allowing me to focus on growth. The onboarding process itself was surprisingly straightforward. I filled out a simple online form with my desired company name, personal details, and a few other pieces of information. Doola's platform walked me through each step, prompting me for necessary documents and clarifying any potential roadblocks. One of the standout features right from the start was their business name availability checker, which saved me time and potential frustration by ensuring my chosen name wasn't already taken. Once the initial information was submitted, Doola took over the heavy lifting. This is where the magic button feeling really kicked in. They handled the filing of my LLC with the chosen state, which for me was Wyoming, known for its business-friendly environment. Simultaneously, they initiated the application for my Employer Identification Number, or EIN, from the IRS. This is crucial for opening a business bank account and for tax purposes. I didn't have to navigate complex government websites or decipher arcane instructions. Doola managed it all. While the processing times can vary based on state and IRS backlogs, Doola kept me updated throughout the entire process. I received regular email notifications about the status of my application, and their dashboard provided a clear overview of where things stood. This transparency was incredibly reassuring, especially when dealing with something as important as business formation. One of the biggest hurdles for international founders is often opening a US business bank account. Many traditional banks require a physical presence or a US social security number. Doola's partnerships with various fintech platforms and challenger banks make this process significantly easier. They provided clear instructions and facilitated the connection, helping me set up an account that was perfectly suited for my online business, even as a non-resident. This alone was a massive relief and saved me countless hours of research and rejection from conventional banks. Beyond the initial formation, Doola's ongoing services truly shine. The registered agent service is essential for legal compliance, ensuring that any official correspondence or legal documents are received and processed correctly. But it's the bookkeeping and tax compliance aspects that have been truly game-changing for me. As a solopreneur, keeping track of finances and navigating US tax laws can be incredibly daunting. Doola's platform, especially with the higher-tier plans, offers integrated bookkeeping tools and connects you with CPAs who understand the nuances of international entrepreneurship. They helped me understand my tax obligations, prepared my filings, and ensured I was compliant with all federal and state requirements. This peace of mind is invaluable, allowing me to focus on my core business activities without constantly worrying about missed deadlines or potential penalties. Of course, no service is without its quirks. While Doola's customer support is generally excellent, I found their live chat and email support to be responsive and knowledgeable. There were a few instances where response times were a little longer than I would have liked, especially during peak seasons. However, these were minor blips in an otherwise smooth experience. It's also worth noting that while Doola simplifies the process, understanding the basics of US business regulations and tax obligations, even at a high level, is still beneficial for any entrepreneur. Doola provides the tools and expertise, but ultimately, you're still the one driving your business. Another point to consider is the pricing. While Doola offers immense value, especially for international founders, their services are not the cheapest on the market. However, when you factor in the time saved, the expertise gained, and the avoidance of potentially costly mistakes, the investment becomes well worth it. Trying to DIY everything or piecing together multiple services often ends up being more expensive and infinitely more stressful in the long run. Doola's upfront pricing and comprehensive packages eliminate hidden fees and provide a clear roadmap for your business's compliance needs. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.